Yeah.
Could I ask a question
Sure,
about
you can.
will?
Yeah, sure you can.
Thank you. So when you were saying the whole soul has will, and I've heard Mary say before about soulmate attraction and how, you know, it's sort of,
It
you're
pulls
going
and
with
tugs
it.
on you, yes, yes.
But, so I don't know who my soulmate is, but would there be a sense of their will could affect me now? I mean, how does that work, that I have like a half of a will?
Your will is not only affecting you now, but it's affecting your soulmate right now, and it's also affecting pretty much everybody who you live with and everybody who you meet. That's the reality of the use of our will.
I can see it in the kind of physical contact way of how it affects everybody.
No, from a soul-based emotional perspective, your will right now and how it's being exercised affects everyone around you. It's like, this is how things like mass hysteria occur. Okay. It's the one person connecting with other people at the soul emotional level, and eventually a momentum is created through the soul-based emotional connections. And this is why, you know, you go to a footy match, right? And sometimes when violence starts, before you know it, violence has escalated to thousands of people being involved in the violence when they possibly would not normally be. It's just the emotional part has been affected through the will of others so much that now they're all acting in a very similar way. And if you take them out and put them in isolation, they might not ever have done those particular things that they're now doing. But now they're in a situation where the will of the mass, and are open to the will of the mass, now they might go along and use their will in that direction.
Yes, yeah. But your will has a particular with your soulmate.
Yes, so let's get to the question about your soulmate. Of course, your soulmate is the other half of your own soul. So naturally, any choices you make right now, and any choices they are making right now, are affecting the other half of your soul right now. And it's a bit overwhelming for many people to think that. And in fact, one reason why you've not met is because your will is affecting the meeting. Both of your wills are being affected by the meeting. As you know, Amanda, you've got quite a lot of anger with men, right? And that anger creates a block to the other half of your soul. And so it doesn't matter how much he wants you, you don't want him right at this moment. And so this pushes it away. This is your will repelling the other half of yourself. Does that make sense? If you consider, though, it shouldn't be surprising. Your soulmate being the closest person to you, because it's the other half of your soul, is influenced in a similar manner to what a child would be influenced by you. So a child, which is not your soul, it's somebody else's soul, who's incarnated into your family, is still fairly much influenced by your own choices inside of your family from an emotional perspective. Now, many of you have started experimenting with that concept, even to the point when you notice your child being like mischievous and, you know, causing destruction and damage, and then you just feel a certain emotion and all of a sudden they stop. That's the link between your emotional state, the use of your will, and the effect it has on another person's will. So it shouldn't surprise us that the very closest person to us, our actual other half, is severely affected by our own emotional choices. Does that make sense?